everybody to Art in the Park. This is my piece here. It is called Light. I'm Tara Eileen Welch. What I've made here is the pagan wheel of the year, because I wanted to remind us all in our busy lives how important this can be. It's made into a piece of sycamore that I've been keeping and dried out for about 5 years. I've purposely made it almost flat, like a sundial. And the reason behind that is because I wanted the sun to come in at different times of the day and reflect off the different colours of the stained glass, prompting different reactions, different notions, ideas from everyone at different points of the day as they view it. This piece is left fairly untreated because it will become more organic the longer it sits out in the elements. The frame will eventually go to rust, which I have done on purpose because I really like the organic look of it. But it's basically to remind us all of the pagan wheel of the year, which I think in busy lives we all tend to forget.
Hi everyone, my name is Ciara Chapman. I am an artist and illustrator based in County Carlow. For this project at Art in the Park for Dunree, I created a series of vinyl decals that adhere to footpaths and walkways around the park. They were all based on animals and nature that could be found in the park. The idea was that anyone who, like myself, has a disability and couldn't step off the walkways and footpath could still experience the beauty and nature in the park. On each decal was a scannable QR code. So when scanned, the QR code would send the listener to a SoundCloud file that had details on the animal that they had scanned or the nature that they had scanned, and sometimes a little bit of information about my project itself.
Hello everybody, happy Bridges Day to you all. La Bridge Hannah Div. My sculpture is Bridget spreading her cloak, and as you know, it's a very old story about Bridget who wanted some land to build a nunnery in Kildare, and the King of Leinster happened to be riding along, and she asked him could she have the land that her cloak covered. So he said yes, of course, and when she spread her cloak, it covered acres and acres of the Curragh of Kildare, where she built her nunnery and stayed there for hundreds of years, and I think she's still buried there. So Bridget is the patron of Wales. She is the keeper of the fire. She's a goddess, she's a saint, and she's a woman. So that's it. I'm just going to give her a cross, which I made last night. And it's made from willow and it's got a wire frame in it. Thank you.
Surprise, I didn't do this. I'm speaking now on behalf of Lucy Mulholland, the artist who couldn't be here with us. So this is an upturn of events. The image is of an upside down umbrella filled with water. Maybe makes you think of those super wet and windy days when using an umbrella in Ireland. Instead, it just turns upside down, or worse still, flies off into the distance on its own. This umbrella, on the other hand, fabricated from tempered stainless steel, was created with the intention from the outset to subvert the function of an umbrella, which is normally used to protect humans from water, and instead use it to collect water and provide a habitat for non-human life. I see this work as an initial inquiry into how we as people could make small changes or slight tweaks to the spaces we live in. And that's her piece.
Hello everyone. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name's Kevin Harkin. I'm a left-handed pagan artist. So in this work, I'm trying to tell quite a few different stories. It's like a fairy tale art piece. I like the whole Disney World idea of character animals. The Disney fairy tale story of it is a love affair between a swan, a snow leopard, who are attracted to the snowflake in the cage. The snowflake in the cage is in there for a reason. He's feeling very insecure, doesn't want to leave the cage, despite the snow leopard trying to attract it out and the swan doing its mating dance trying to lure it out. Now as an artist, I'm poking fun at myself. I am the snowflake in the cage, and I always find myself going back to age 4 at school. My first week at school, getting battered for no good reason, which is the name of the work. Our schooling system back then, there was a lot of cruelty in it. I and tens of thousands of other kids were beat with sticks like this, beat with leather canes, and they got away with that. And I don't think it's right that they got away with that. And that's what this artwork's really about. I had to build a cage for myself to protect myself as I grew up. I left school feeling completely stupid, battered and bruised, felt useless, humiliated. I had to fight really hard to get where I am today. That's kind of the gist of the story. And I'm just going to disappear into my cage.
Hi, my name is Ciara Keegan and I've made this installation. It's called On the Inside, and it's made from recycled materials and textiles. I'm fascinated with the human body and the inner workings with it. So a lot of my work is based on micro becoming macro. So I make large scale pieces. This is a nod to the Brat breed. So I wanted it up for yesterday. So everyone could, I know everyone was saying not to touch it, but I think everyone should actually touch it. At least to get some healing properties from it. So my inspiration comes from, as part of my arts practice, I like collecting textiles, old metal objects, and I kind of repurpose a lot of in my work. So I'm kind of these pieces are an ongoing project since 2017, and I keep making them and redoing them and adding pieces to them and mending them. It's kind of like a process for me, and they're cells under the microscope, and then I each one is different. Each time I make it or mend it, it's different. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's still very much a work in progress, so you'll have to imagine that it's all perfectly tied and finished. My name's Mo, and this is...
I'm Sam. Can you hear us at the back?
We're going to have to speak louder. We basically work together under the name Tuning Group, and it's very similar to what Artlink have said about the way that you want to practice and the nature of today and this festival, where we try to tune into the seasons and the communities of the place that we're in.
So yeah, we like working with natural materials or anything that we can reuse. There's no rushes in London, so we use willow. So this is from weeping willow branches that had fallen on the floor in our local parks, and we did like a workshop with some of our friends, made the crosses, and then brought it in a suitcase. We were on a residency in Romania in the summer, and we started to talk about the domestic and the outdoors and the home, and how the earth is a self-regulating system, i.e. it can regulate its own temperature, then it's a garden, and it's gardening itself. So then we start to think about the public realm as an extension of that garden. So the garden is also our home, and everything is gardening. So in a way, we kind of see what we've done here as gardening, because the park is our garden. And yeah, this is a door, basically. It's a gateway.
Yeah, because it's about Imbolc and spring and the moving of winter to spring. So once we shut up, you can all walk through one by one and go into spring. Shall we? Thank you.